जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय।
जय
श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय।
जय
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
श्रील गौर भक्त वृंद की जय।
जय।
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to this week's Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antya Khanda, chapter 10, the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. So the last section that we read was that now all the devotees are in Jagannath Puri, and Advaita Acharya is also there along with the devotees of Navadvip. And so we are reading about the glories of Advaita Acharya in this chapter. So we saw once Advaita Acharya invited Mahaprabhu to his house, and then he made that torrential rain to appear simply by his desire that only Mahaprabhu should come and eat whatever he has cooked. Lord Indra sent that rain. So that pastime we read. Now we are reading another pastime. Once in Jagannath Puri, one day Advaita Acharya told all the devotees, he was inspired, and he told all the devotees, today we will not sing in Kirtan, we will not sing any other names except Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's names. No other names of any avatar, not Krishna also. We will only sing the names of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, Mahaprabhu always strictly instructed the devotees that they should only sing Krishna's names or the Supreme Personality of Godhead's names. He never uh, uh, he never identified himself as the Supreme Lord. And even if someone recognized him that way, he would just close his ears and he would say, "This is an offense. You should never call uh, anyone the Supreme Lord. Except the Supreme Lord, no one else deserves to be addressed as the Supreme Lord." Now, Advaita Acharya is singing. He's telling all the devotees to sing the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, calling him Chaitanya Krishna, Chaitanya Narayan, like that. So all the devotees were fearful. Lord Chaitanya is not going to be pleased by this. But at the same time, Advaita Acharya, he is such a powerful Vaishnava. He is also the Supreme Lord, right? He's telling them to chant. So they were very, very fearful. But they couldn't disobey Advaita Acharya. So fearfully they started singing. And Advaita Acharya, in great ecstasy, he started uh, chanting so many new mantras, um, glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As they started singing and hearing Advaita Acharya's chanting of these new mantras, the devotees just became so blissful. They forgot all about their fear and everything, and they went into ecstasy, singing, hearing and singing the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They just started singing ecstatically, roaring actually, and falling down on the ground, rolling like that. Many, this is Jagannath Puri. In Jagannath Puri, there are, it's one of the four dhams, right? Many thousands of pilgrims come there every day. So there was, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates, they had come also. This is the time of Rath Yatra, the 4 months of Chaturmas. So many thousands from various places, devotees, pilgrims had come to take darshan of Jagannath. All of them went to the temple to take darshan of Jagannath, and from them they all went straight to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's house. Seeing this kirtan, they followed, they joined the kirtan. And in singing in kirtan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's names, Advaita Acharya led the whole party to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's residence, Gambhira. Mahaprabhu saw, he heard what was going on. So he just felt, you know, there were so many of them and everyone was wild actually. They were not in external consciousness. So uncontrolled. So not knowing what to do, feeling ashamed, right? They're calling him the Supreme Lord. He just went inside his house and then went to sleep. Now his servant Govinda saw all these devotees came and they gathered at the door of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and they were asking to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Not only were they performing kirtan, now they wanted to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Govinda went and told Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, ah, the Vaishnavas are at your door. They are asking for your audience. So Mahaprabhu said, okay, send them in. And when they came inside, Mahaprabhu asked Srivas Thakur, Srivas, why are you behaving like this? Why have you abandoned? Like you have to live according to the scriptures. The scriptures tell us to always chant the names of Krishna. Why you have abandoned chanting the names of Krishna? What is the reason for this behavior? So Srivas Thakur, uh, in his unique way, whenever a question is asked, instead of speaking in words, he would make some gestures. So this time when Mahaprabhu said, why are you acting in this way? Srivas Thakur put his hand like this. as if he's trying to, actually not one, both hands. He tried to block the sun with his hands like that. Mahaprabhu said, "What do you mean? What are you trying to do? I asked you a question. What are you trying to say by this gesture, by blocking the sun with your hands?" So Srivas Thakur said, "I'm trying to block the sunlight. I'm trying to hide the sun, right, from the vision of everyone, and even myself, of course, right? I'm trying to hide the sun with my hands. I'm trying to block the sun with my hands. Is this ever possible? This is ridiculous, isn't it? Who can block the sun? The sun's light will just spread everywhere. Can I block the vision of the sun from everyone's eyes or from my own eyes? No, it's not possible. You are like the sun. Your glories are, are known everywhere, all over the universe. And you are trying to hide your glories just like a child or myself, a person is trying to block the sun with his hand. In that way, you are making an attempt to hide your own glories in vain. Even if one day if I manage to block the sun with my hand, you will never be able to hide your glories as the Supreme Lord from the eyes of the whole universe. You were not able to hide your glories when you were on the milk ocean. So, milk ocean means it is transcendental, it is the spiritual world. There you could not hide your glories. Where uh, so, if you are spiritual, you're surrounded by everything spiritual, you can camouflage yourself, isn't it? You can camouflage. Like there's a green tree and a green bird in that, it can get camouflaged. So the milk ocean is completely spiritual. You are spiritual. So you could have hidden yourself there. But even there you could not hide yourself. When everyone around you was uh, or everything around you was transcendental, even there you could not hide yourself. How do you think you'll hide yourself here in this material world? In the material world, everything is contrast. You are the Supreme Lord and everyone else is a conditioned soul. So you see, the spiritual world is made of the Lord's Swarupa Shakti, his internal energy. And his form is also Swarupa Shakti, internal energy. Internal energy, it can still be hidden. But the material world is external energy. It's like milk and oil, they will never mix. The Lord never touches the external energy. That means he will very clearly be distinguished. So if you cannot hide yourself in the milk ocean, on the milk ocean, how do you think you're going to hide yourself in this material world? Like this Srivas Thakur said. Meanwhile, all these people who came, they were all singing in, great ecstasy. Thousands and thousands of people were calling out the names of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu outside his house. Srivas said, "You can shut my mouth. You can say, don't do this, and you can stop me from calling you the Supreme Lord. Are you going to go and shut the mouth of each one of these thousands of devotees who are singing? How many people will you stop?" Like this, Srivas Thakur is saying to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now we'll read from there. Just we'll read a couple of verses before. Yeah. So Shiva said, With this hand I will cover the sun. Thus I will tell the meaning of this gesture. Do I have the power to cover the sun with one hand? Not even two hands, one hand. In the same way, just as I have no power to cover the sun with one hand, in the same way, you have no power to hide yourself. Even if someday I get the power to cover the sun with my hand, you will still have no power to hide yourself. On the ocean of milk, you could not hide yourself. How will you hide yourself in the world of human beings? Your pure glories will fill every direction, from the Himalayas to Setubandha to the entire earth. The Kirtan glorifying you will fill the entire universe, reaching up to Brahmaloka. How many people will sing in that Kirtan? How will you punish them all, right? Not just the thousands of people who are assembled here outside your house, but all over the universe, from Brahmaloka down to the earth, everyone is going to sing your glories. How will you punish them for singing your glories? Each one of them you're going to punish. The Supreme Personality of Godhead always chants the glories of his devotees. Now a great wonder had come to the Lord's own door. From where did so many thousands and thousands of people come? I do not know. After seeing Lord Jagannath, they all went to see Lord Chaitanya. Some had come from Tripura, others from Chatigram, others from Srihatta, and others from East Bengal. Thousands and thousands of people sang a kirtan glorifying Lord Chaitanya. Like this, they were singing. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Banamali. Chaitanya Banamali. Banamali. And that means Vanamali is Krishna. So Jai Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Vanamali. Jai Jai Nija Bhakti Rasa Kutuhali. Nija Bhakti Rasa Kutuhal. Kutuhal means eagerness, right? Eagerness or inquisitiveness or eagerness. So Nija Bhakti Rasa Kutuhali. You want to taste the Bhakti Rasa of your devotees, which is actually yours, right? जय जय परम सन्यासी रूपधारी जय जय संकीर्तन लंपट मुरारी so jai jai parama sannyasi rupadhari, right? On one hand you are parama sannyasi, the greatest of the sannyasis. You have accepted the form of the greatest of the sannyasis, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And at the same time lampata murari. Actually lampat means a lusty person, but here sankirtana lampata, that means one who loves Sankirtan, right? Uh, there is no lust in the spiritual world, by the way. When you use the word lampata in this world, it means a lusty person, right? It's not a good word. But when it is applied to Krishna and in the spiritual world, in the spiritual world, there is no lust. Even the so called lust is actually pure love, love of the highest quality. So, Krishna, like Ashlishyava, Ashlishya, Ashlish. That means not in a good way, right? Padaratam pinashtumam, adarshanan marmahatam karotva, yatha tatha va vidadhatu lampato. Lampato. Matprana nathastu saeva napara. Oh lampat, in whatever way you treat me, right? You will remain my master birth afterwards. So there also we hear the word lampata. So it is used for Krishna, but that is actually, the gopis chastising, chiding Krishna. It is the highest, form of love, which gives Krishna great pleasure. But nobody should imitate that. When people imitate it, that becomes sahajiya. But actually, one who is on that platform, on that level, one who has that type of love, when they actually chastise Krishna, chide Krishna, he relishes it. He likes it very much. So anyway, the word lampata I saw, so I was just explaining that. So here it is said, on one hand, he is sannyasi means renounced. Lampata means he is very attached, isn't it? So Jaya Jaya Parama Sannyasi Rupadhari, you have taken the form of the greatest sannyasi, who's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And you are that same Krishna, Lampata Murari, who is Sankirtana. But what? You are that Murari who loves what? Who loves Sankirtan, right? Who is now eager to enjoy. Lampata is an enjoyer. But what is the Lord enjoying in this form as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He enjoys the pastimes of Sankirtan. Sankirtana Lampata. Continuation from Bihari, Jaya Jaya Sarva Jagatera Upakari, Jaya Jaya Dvijaraj. Dvija means Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, twice born. Dvijaraj, the king of all Dvijas, Vaikuntha Bihari, who uh, who enjoys in Vaikuntha, who enjoys in Vaikuntha. Jaya Jaya Dvijaraj. Why Dvijaraj? Now you have appeared as a Brahmana. Krishna is neither Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even his devotees are, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that I'm neither Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, or Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanprastha, Sannyas. I'm simply a servant of the servant of the servant, of the husband of the gopis. So even a devotee is not a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Then what to speak of Krishna? But Krishna appeared as a Brahmana in the family of Brahmanas. So therefore he's known as Nimai Pandit. Pandit means a Brahmana. Nimai Pandit. But amongst Brahmanas, he's the king of all Brahmanas. Dvijaraj. Jaya Jaya Dvijaraja Vaikuntha Bihari. Jaya Jaya Sarva Jagatera Upakari. Right? And you are the best benefactor, upakar, right? Someone who does some favor, right? Who who does a favor to others is upakari. And you are the supreme uh, benefactor, or what do you say? One who benedicts, benedictor, one who gives a benediction, one who gives does a favor. You are the supreme benedictor in the entire universe, or of the entire universe, not in the entire universe. You benedict the whole universe. Jaya Jaya Sarva Jagatera Upakari. Jaya Krishna Chaitanya Sri Sachira Nandan. You are the son of Sachimata. Glory, glory to the king of Brahmanas, who is actually the supreme personality of Godhead, the master who enjoys pastimes in Vaikuntha. Glory, glory to the Lord who blesses all the worlds. Glory to Sachi's son, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. In this way, everyone sang while 100 persons danced. So, while these devotees, Srivas and others, the leading devotees, came inside and they were talking to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, meanwhile, outside, hundreds of thousands of devotees were singing the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like this, that you are the king of Brahmanas, but you are the Supreme Lord who enjoys in Vaikuntha, and you are the son of Sachimata, like that. They were just singing, and hundreds of them were dancing in that kirtan, listening to that singing. So then Srivas said, pointing to the devotees, right? Everyone is singing. Lord, what will you do? The whole world is singing. Where will you hide? Right? How many people will you stop? The whole world is singing your glories. Where will you hide? Lord, what should I teach the world, the whole world? Lord, the whole world is singing like this, right? You are saying why I have abandoned and I should teach, I should set the proper example. What am I going to teach? The whole world is singing like this. What should I teach the whole world? Lord, you do not appear before the conditioned souls. They cannot see you, but because you are merciful, you now stand before their eyes. Yes? Actually, the Lord cannot be, even if He's standing right in front of our eyes, we Atah Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam. Senses, material senses, nobody can see the Supreme Lord. But if Krishna reveals himself, If Krishna gives the spiritual vision, then everyone can see. That is his mercy. And Krishna appears in this world during his manifest pastimes. He reveals himself to everyone, qualified, unqualified, it does not matter. Even then, when they see him, it is not that everyone recognizes him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They will recognize him, they will be able to recognize him only if he reveals it to them. But you cannot even see him in the first place, actually. Unless he shows himself, you cannot see. So Srivas Thakur is saying, actually, nobody has the power. The conditioned souls, they have no power to see you. You don't show yourself. Naham prakashah sarvasya yogamaya samavrita. Krishna says, right? So I don't show myself, Krishna says. So Srivas Thakur is also saying, you don't appear before the conditioned souls. They cannot see you. But now, because of your mercy, you are standing right before their eyes and showing yourself. This is simply your mercy. You hide from them and also reveal yourself to them, right? Nobody can reveal you. Only you can reveal yourself. And you hide yourself. Naturally, you hide yourself from the conditioned souls. But it is only you who reveals yourself to them. They who attain your mercy understand you. Lord Chaitanya said, so that means now they are able to see you, they are able to understand who you are, and they are singing. This is not because of me or someone else. Who are we to show you to them? If they are seeing you, if you are recognizing you, it's because you are showing yourself to them. By your mercy, they are able to understand you. Lord Chaitanya said, by your own power, you arranged all this. Now Mahaprabhu is saying, Srivas, you arranged all this by your power. This is also right, actually. You know, what Srivas said is also right, according to philosophy, that one cannot understand Krishna until and unless Krishna reveals himself. That is true. And then Mahaprabhu is saying, you arranged for all this. For them to see me, you arranged. This is also true. Because until and unless a Vaishnava gives his mercy, nobody can even begin pure devotional service. Nobody can even begin devotional service, pure devotional service. It's not possible unless one receives the mercy of a Vaishnava. Srivas Thakur is a Vaishnava. So you arranged for all this, like that. Srivas said, who am I? You are showing yourself. Because you gave your mercy, they are able to see you. And Lord Chaitanya is saying, by your own power, right? By your own power means you are such a great Vaishnava. By your own power, you arranged all this. With your own mouth, you told everyone in the world, this I know, right? You, by your power, you arrange for all these thousands of people, and with your own mouth, you have told them to do what they're doing now. I am defeated by you. Listen, O Pandit, I know you have all powers. The Supreme Personality of Godhead always praises his devotees. That is his nature. This the Vedas and the Srimad Bhagavatam say. What do they say? The Supreme Lord always praises his devotees. With a smiling face, Lord Chaitanya bid farewell to all the Vaishnavas. It's not like the Lord was angry. He actually said goodbye to everyone. They all returned to their homes. Lord Chaitanya loves his devotees. Because of him, everyone chants Krishna. The Lord is saying, I am defeated by you. Who can defeat the Lord? But he becomes defeated by his devotees, right? He becomes defeated in front of Yashoda Mai, and she ties him up. And he becomes defeated when he wrestles with his friends, the cowherd boys. He gets defeated and he has to carry them on his shoulder. He becomes defeated in a game of dice when he's playing with his queens. It's not that he willingly is getting defeated. He actually becomes defeated. He tries to, win, but he gets defeated because of their intense love. Even in Chaitanya Leela, Ishwarapuri and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had not exactly a debate, but they had like Ishwarpuri wrote a book and he told Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are Nimai Pandit, you are very expert. Please uh, proofread my work and make any corrections that need to be made. Mahaprabhu said, what power, what authority do I have to correct what you have written? You are a Vaishnava. The writings of Vaishnavas are supremely faultless. Even if there are so called grammatical faults, they are actually decorations, right? Like the black spot on the moon. They are not to be found as they are not to be pointed out as faults. There cannot be any faults, right? Anyone who sees faults in the work of a Vaishnava, he will perish. So Ishwarapuri smilingly said, yeah, you will not see any faults, I know, but still I'm requesting you because this book has to be presented to the whole world. So there shouldn't be any grammatical mistakes in that. It has to be written properly to be presented. So please, you won't see, I know, but you should correct it from an impartial uh, point of view. So Mahaprabhu accepted. He looked, went through it, and he said everything is fine except for one, Atmane Pada, right? That word. So there was some grammatical explanation there. So some tense, right? It should be like past tense or present tense, something like that. So then he is Nimai Pandit. He is the best of the scholars in the whole of Nadia. And people, Navadvip. And people would come from all over the world to study in Navadvip. Navadvip was the seat of all learning. And in Navadvip, Nimai was the best Pandit. That's why when Keshav Kashmiri came, they arranged for Nimai to go and debate with Keshav Kashmiri because they felt if there is anyone in Navadvip who can even sit in front of, contend uh, with Keshav Kashmiri, that's only Nimai. So, such a scholar, when he pointed out something, it's not, he won't just make uh, some remarks which are not genuine. And when he pointed out something, Ishwarapuri considered it. He said, thank you. And he took it home. And he wanted to correct that. So he went back with that, now rewriting it with that, and he saw, no, this doesn't make sense. What Nimai Pandit has said is actually a mistake. It shouldn't be that. What I wrote originally, that is correct. According to grammar, I'm saying. According to grammar, what Nimai said is wrong. What I wrote originally is right. After a lot of consideration, he came to this conclusion. And the next day, he told Nimai, what you said, there's no need to do that. That correction is not at all required. What was written originally is absolutely fine. And when Nimai looked at it, he said, actually, you're right. I made a mistake. So the Lord gets defeated also by his devotees. He actually becomes defeated. And then he accepted Ishwarpuri as a spiritual master. So the Lord is defeated. Here Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Srivas, I am defeated. And he takes great pleasure in glorifying his devotees like this. So with great affection, right? He smiled home. Because of him, everyone chants Krishna. Lord Chaitanya loves his devotees. That's the key. If you love someone, then you will do whatever pleases that person. Srila Prabhupada would give cookies to children because what philosophy you will teach to children? But when you give them cookies every day, they will just love you. So they all just love Srila Prabhupada, and because Srila Prabhupada is chanting and because Srila Prabhupada is a devotee of Krishna and they loved Prabhupada, so naturally they loved Krishna. So when you, and in this case, Mahaprabhu was so affectionate to everyone, everyone just loved him. And because they loved him, because he loved them so much, they would always chant Krishna because it would please him. When you chant Hare Krishna, it pleases Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So everyone always chanted Krishna. Lord Nityananda, Lord Advaita, and all the other personal associates of the Lord affirm Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They who disagree with the Supreme Lord's words and say that Lord Chaitanya is not Krishna are unfortunate. You may have also come across some persons like this who call themselves devotees of Krishna, but they don't accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Krishna. They say he's a devotee, he's a human being. You can call him an acharya, you cannot call him Krishna, that's an offense. Sometimes some people, even though they call themselves devotees of Krishna, they don't accept. We read about this also in Chaitanya Charitamrita. They're most unfortunate. They're most unfortunate. They haven't actually understood Krishna. Because the only way one can understand Krishna is through Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We don't have access to Krishna. So if anyone is feeling any, envy actually towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nityananda Prabhu, they don't have any access to Krishna. No access to bhakti. So Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, so everyone, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, all the personal associates of Mahaprabhu, they accept Mahaprabhu as Krishna himself. And anyone who disagrees with these words, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna himself, he is the most unfortunate. Lord Krishna rests on Anantasesh, bears the mark of Srivatsa, is decorated by the Kaustuba jewel, and is carried by Garuda. Also, the Ganga is not born from any place but his lotus feet. Please know without doubt that the presence of these ideas that a person is Please know without doubt that the presence of these means Ganga Devi, Srivatsa, Kaustubamani, Garuda, all these. Please know without doubt that the presence of these indicates a person is Lord Krishna. So anyone who is having all these, who is accompanied by all these, you should know that person is Krishna. Except for Lord Chaitanya, no one else in this age manifested these symptoms of Lord Krishna, right? So sometimes in Kali Yuga, it's very common. You'll find so many personalities. They say, this person is Krishna, this person is the Supreme Lord, and everyone has their own particular organizations and temples, and they say, this, our so-and-so Acharya, he's actually Krishna himself. And on the altar, they have that person's picture, or deity even, right? And they worship that person as if he's the Supreme Lord. But there is no mention ever in the scripture that these persons have manifested all these items which have been mentioned just now. They are accompanied by Ganga, they have the Kaustuba Mani, they're accompanied by Garuda, they have Srivatsa on their chest. Have they ever shown this? With Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, yes, so many times he revealed to his devotees. And it is recorded in the Shastra. You find even in Mahabharata, in Srimad Bhagavatam, the highest pramana of all scriptures, even in Srimad Bhagavatam you see Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedhasaha. This personality is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna. But do you find such statements about Swami Narayan or about Anukul Chandra and about, who else? Sai Baba or about, I don't know, so many others. Even recent, they have so many persons who call themselves, or if they don't call themselves, their followers call them an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Actually, you cannot call Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa means, but at least that's the name they give. Where is the proof in Shastra? But regarding Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as a human being, or in the human community, and then he's accepted as the Supreme Lord, so they also claim to imitate and copy that, yes, I'm an avatar. Or they have their followers worship them as the Supreme Lord. But the proof is it mentioned in the scriptures, in the Vedas? So except for Lord Chaitanya, no one else in this age manifested these symptoms of Lord Krishna. This the Vedas, the other scriptures, and the Vaishnavas all declare. All scriptures, Puranas, Vedas, and all the Vaishnavas, they declare that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord. They who honor these words of the Vaishnavas become victorious and glorious everywhere. In these ways, Lord Chaitanya always enjoyed pastimes with his devotees. Like the moon illuminating the four directions, Lord Chaitanya was surrounded by his devotees. Yes. So, Mahaprabhu is like this, performing pastimes with his devotees while he was uh, during his manifest Leela on this earth. And he was always, one thing about Mahaprabhu, and even Krishna also, right? Always is anything about Krishna, any picture or any instance you see, it's always in relation to a devotee. He's surrounded by his associates. Like the moon illuminating the four directions, Lord Chaitanya was surrounded by his devotees. In the minds of that circle of devotees, in the midst of that circle of devotees, Lord Chaitanya, who is the jewel of the sannyasis and the king of Vaikuntha, always talked about Lord Krishna and chanted Lord Krishna's names. So there was only one topic that they would talk about: Krishna. They would discuss about Krishna and they would chant Krishna's holy names, either in Sankirtan or in Japa. 24/7, Krishna, 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 Krishna. This is the business of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. At that time, so like this, when Mahaprabhu was spending time, passing time with his devotees, doing Krishna Katha all the time, singing Sankirtan or in Sankirtan, at that time, two very fortunate persons approached Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya cast his merciful glance on those two brothers, one of whom bore the name Sakar Malik. From afar, they offered Dandavat obeisances. Blades of grass between their teeth, in voices breaking with emotion, they said, "Glory, glory to Lord Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by whose mercy the whole world has become fortunate. Glory to the friend of the fallen, the benefactor of the whole world. Glory, glory to the Lord who now has the form of the most exalted sannyasi. Glory, glory to the Lord who enjoys pastimes of Sankirtan without end. Glory, glory, glory to the Supreme Lord who is the beginning, middle, and end of everything. O Lord, assuming the form of a Vaishnava, you descended to this world. Giving it the gift of pure devotional service, you deliver the whole world. Right? My Lord, you have come taking the form of a Vaishnava. And by coming in this form, you've given the greatest gift. What is that gift? Pure devotional service. And by giving this gift, you have delivered the whole world. But Lord, why did you not deliver us too? Are we not also in this world? You have delivered the whole world. Why you didn't? Why? How did you forget us? Are we not part of this world? They're asking. From birth, we were bewildered by sense pleasures. We did not know that your feet were our true welfare. We did not associate with your devotees. We did not sing or hear your kirtan. Making us ministers of the king, you cheated us. Why did you give us that king of birth in the world of human beings? Right? So, like Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shri, Kunti Maharani says, Janma Aishwarya Shruta. Janma means high birth. Aishwarya, a lot of wealth, power. Shruta Shri. So education, Shruta, and Shri is beauty. So when one has these things, he actually becomes intoxicated by that opulence. So he cannot become humble. And unless you have humility, you cannot bow down before the Lord and his devotees. So they are saying, we took birth among human beings, a birth even the demigods desire. That means although we are human beings, among human beings we got a birth which is desired even by the demigods. Oh Lord, but then that means demigods have so much opulence, who would they envy? But here on this earth, there was someone who had an opulence which was greater than the demigods. We got such birth, but you cheated us by giving us this position, oh Lord. But then, after giving us that birth, you cheated us. Lord, please do not cheat us. Give us your mercy. We chant your names. We offer Dandavat obeisances to you. We stand at your door. We beg for the remnants of mercy left by the dear devotees who take shelter of you. In this way, the two brothers, Rupa and Sanatan, offered prayers. Lord Chaitanya listened. Placing his glance of mercy on them, Lord Chaitanya mercifully spoke. The Lord said, you are both very fortunate. Breaking the bonds of material life, you left your homes. The whole world is bound by sense pleasures. You too escape those bonds. If you wish to attain devotional service and spiritual love, then fall down before Advaita Acharya. See, this chapter is the glories of Advaita Acharya. So this point you may not have heard, right? When you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, you may not have read this. Mahaprabhu actually made them both take blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas. So Advaita Acharya, Nityanand Prabhu, everyone was there. But here specifically, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, if you wish to attain devotional service and spiritual love, then fall down before Advaita Acharya and grasp his feet. Saintly Advaita Acharya is the treasury house of the most valuable pure devotion. He is the treasure house of the most valuable pure devotion. Right? He is the keeper. By Advaita Acharya's mercy, you will attain pure devotion to Lord Krishna. Hearing Lord Chaitanya's command, the true great souls offered Dandavat obeisances to Advaita's feet. Srila Advaita Acharya ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai. We'll stop here. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.